Okay, that's not right now, is it, Buck? Me and my buttons. Howdy, guys. How are we all tonight? It's Saturday night. I think I have my audio on. Hey, Buckeye, Jules, how are you? Jules is in the house. Jules, why is okay? Yeah, you got all right. I was gonna say moderators are red on the Discord server. I saw you in blue, and I was thinking, wait a minute now. All right, but yeah, all right, Jules is online. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining, Jules. Jules, let me ask you, are you ready to get to Japan yet? Hi, Micah. How are you tonight? Boy, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm waiting for the damn thing to get running up there. There we are. It's loading up now. Running in slow tonight, guys. Well, I've been doing a little bit of homework. All right, and as this is loading here, I'm going to talk to you guys. I I put my tour video out yesterday or so. I think it was yesterday. And this morning I got up, and of course Dave had his out this morning. I think he put his out early this morning, and he brought up a great point. You know how I am about. All right, we got it up there, Buck. Yeah, you know how I am about all these fishing planet waterways that we fish. I They'd say that they're based on real places, and they are. I haven't found one of the waterways yet that I haven't been able to find that waterway in real life. Not the same name, but they're there. And so this one here, when I watched Dave's, because I kind of just let it go and I didn't say anything, and Dave made a point about because he's always butchering the pronunciations of these places. I think that's great about him. He makes me laugh all the time about him. So he was making a point of, we're all calling it Kajunori. And it kind of hit me odd because, in my younger days, I was lucky enough that I was able to get to Japan a couple times. So I've been to Japan a few times. I actually got to fish in Japan in my early 20s. So he got me thinking, and I couldn't quite remember because I was mostly in Korea. I speak Korean and I can understand the Korean language and that kind of stuff. But Japan, I a little bit of it. But he made a point of Kaja no Dai. So I called my granddaughter up. She's my go-to girl when it comes to languages because she speaks a lot of languages nobody else knows about. She speaks she speaks Buccanese. So I mean that is great right off the bat. So anyway, I called her up and I asked her about this whole deal. I said, "What's the deal?" And she says, "Yeah, anytime you see an R in the Japanese language, it's pronounced as a D." So Dave, you're spot on, buddy. You got it right. Your buddy got you right, and it is Kaja no die. I'm going to say it's die because it could have been D or die, but the granddaughter and I battled it around a bit, and we're saying, okay, it's Kaja no Dai. And that's the island. That's where it is in Japan. So I set out. Now, all right, I got to find this island. Well, you realize that there's over 14,000 islands in the Sea of Japan, and not counting the Yellow Sea, but this was the East Sea, the East China Sea. So where's my little buttons here? Do you got them right, Buck? Yeah, let's pull it up there. So this is our map. This is our Kaja no Dai. Well, I searched, and I searched, and I searched, and this was a tough one. We got our little harbor here. We got the other spawn-in joint. So I said, let's get to this map. Pulled up our map, and I'm looking at this, and I looked at the way the map was. We got deep water to the northwest, the currents, the channels. I went out and searched, and I found this place. It actually is Tanaki Island, west of Okinawa. It's 36 miles, 58 kilometers northwest of the port of Naha, which is the capital of Okinawa, which is an island in Japan. So I went searching, and lo and behold, what did I find? This island, Tanaki Island. Look familiar, guys? Yeah, I'd say that's it. Port being the same, lighthouse boat. I mean, it's the same. This island was well known for its bonito fishing back in the day. It had it was great fishing. Great fishing back then. Now they had 334 inhabitants in 2020. The island's now split up. It used to be all fishing. Now it's a little bit of agriculture and fishing amongst the 334 people. By the way, that's 89. The density on this island, 89 people per kilometer. All right. Frumpy Buckle Charter best put me on big fish. Oh, Frumpy Buckle Charter is going to put you on fish. We're going to get to that. All right. So I did a little more research, and we dug a little bit deeper. And there's our island, buddy. Guys. Tanaka Island. That's it. Now there's a little island north, what Fishing Planet is calling Oasis Island. It's actually called Aruzunjima. It's 4 kilometers west. Right? There it is. Now we go out there. That's our island. That's where you get off on the boat. That's where you shore up at. I don't know. I could be wrong on this. You decide. Could be wrong. I don't know. But that's where we are. I think that's our island. I found it. And it's great fishing. The channels, the depths, everything that they picked it right. Now, it's not exactly between Japan and Taiwan. It's a little closer to Taiwan. It's a little closer. It's on the very outskirts of the Japanese rule, so to speak. All right, so it sits out there real close to Taiwan. But great fishing. And, hey, uh-oh. You weren't even seeing my pictures, you dumbass. Let's go, Buck. There we go. I can't believe I didn't flip that over for you guys. So I'm sitting here talking about this and you don't know. All right, that's ours, right? That's our island in the Fishing Planet. And like I said, that's our map. Deep water to the northwest. I went looking for that. Deep water to the northwest with that shaped island. That's what I found. Tanaki Island. There it is. Harbor, everything, the same exact place. Spawn out a little bit and you get our map. There it is. Buck, you're such an idiot. But it's live. I can go back and change. See, I didn't. You know how much editing that would take me to do on a video? That's pretty cool. All right, so this is it, guys. I found it. I'm so excited because it was a tough one. Like I said, 14,000 islands I was going to Google looking for. This one took me a while. You should be proud of me, Coach. You should be proud of me. This is stuff Coach finds right away. Why didn't he find this? Come on. All right, let's get the island off of there. Well, we're going fishing tonight. Okay, we're going fishing tonight, and there's a lot of fish over here, folks. On this map, there is a lot of fish over here. A lot of little tiny fish, a lot of medium-sized fish, and a lot of monster fish. And now we ain't even including Fishing Planet's monster fish. They're probably puppies compared to what you can actually catch out of this water. So there's a lot to talk about there. And we've got tuna. We're going after tuna tonight, fishing with Buck. Mainly the tuna. That's what we're headed after. So we're going after the albacore, the big eye, dogtooth, skipjack. What else is on our list there? The bluefin, yellowfin, tuna. Now, where I'm where I'm taking this on Buck's charter tonight, Frumpy Buckle's charter, we're gonna troll a few streams where we start off. We're gonna get into some marlin. Hopefully we won't right off the bat because that makes for a long pause time in a real live stream. I fought a fish the other day in this game for a good. Well, I latched onto him at 02:15 hours game time, 02:15 in the morning. I lost him due to line tension at 06:42 the following day. I mean, it couldn't even extend me or anything until I lost that fish. I think the fishing plan got tired of waiting on me and they made him spit the hook on me. I was pretty angry over that one. But, that's fishing. That's the one that got away. Biggest fish I ever hooked up to yet, and I didn't land him. So I know where he is. Buck's going to go back and get him. Micah caught a grouper. Oh, very well. Very good. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about the baits. Baits over here. If you're looking for the little guys, for some of these missions, your jack mackerel, your anchovies, your squid, the sea worms. The sea worms work great. I haven't really munched around with them too much. The smaller fish, the sea worms work great. I did catch a couple on, me and my crickets. So I had to throw some crickets out there a little bit. So I did throw a little bit around with the crickets. Now, while we're on that subject about in the harbor for the small fish, float rod type stuff, believe me, don't take anything smaller than a Phoenix. And if you bring your Phoenix equipped with a Big River 6500, you better bring 2 more 6500 reels. So you want to come equipped with 3 reels. The stick will last, the reel won't. These fish fight. When you're fishing for little fish and you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong size hook and you latch onto an amberjack, that Phoenix is going down the tubes quick. You're best off. Don't be bullheaded like Buck and say, I'm going to land this fish. Because you're not. Break the line immediately and go on fishing and save all that wear and tear. I will never, ever. When that thing goes, and it just runs like hell, beaky immediately. Don't be bullheaded. You'll lose. And then you'll be sitting there with broken gear. But we're going to talk about that because there's a lot going on with this map. If you don't attack this map properly, you'll get stuck out here, even if you buy the DLCs. If you don't attack this map properly at the right levels, if you bought both DLCs, you will find yourself stranded, and those poles will be absolutely useless to you. Unbelievable, but and I'm going to explain that. They'll be useless to you. You'll have them, you won't be able to use them. And that's just the nature of how they laid this out. So it's tough. I would not advise coming here until you're at least level, like Dave said, level 87. And he's got it right. I did the math on myself. I mean, he put it out this morning. I have it all in my notes that we were going to talk about here in the bait shop. Don't come here unless you're 87. I don't care if you got the DLCs. Don't do it. Because you're asking for trouble. But we'll talk about that later. All right, man, I just lost a fish that took me to 600 feet, then turned and ran to me. Yep, there you go. There you go. Welcome to Kajo no Dai. All right, what do we got up there now? Bang, bang, we got that up there. Let's talk a little bit about the lures that's going on, folks. All right, lures. All the saltwater lures work, of course. All right, that's why they're there. They work. You got missions to make them work. I mean, they're just all different colors in this. All right, well, Buck's job is to let you know what else works. Okay, now I've been working real hard on this. So I'm going to tell you right now. If you're hunting mahi-mahi and you have yourself the red 14 gram, half ounce, 6/0 medium spoon, tear up mahi-mahi. Throw that thing back 75 to 100 feet. past prop wash, you'll nail it mahi mahi. You'll nail them. Now, another one that's great. The acid green and yellow hunched runner, 26 foot. I believe that's a 5/0 hook on that. Troll that. Same distance back, 75 to 100 feet. You will just hit bonita after bonita after bonita after bonita. That's what this island was known for. It's bonita fishing. When I first got here, the first mission is you have to catch a bonita. That was the last biggest fish. I couldn't, I caught everything around the marina. I couldn't catch that bonita anywhere. Anywhere in the marina, I couldn't catch it off the other spawn-in joint there. What is it called now? Let me pull it up. Tori Nakoto, the other spawn-in. Couldn't catch one over there either. Went out on the boat, bang, started nailing them. I mean, these bonito, they're everywhere. And we'll get into them. They're along that one channel. I mean, anybody wants to fish for bonita, hire Frumpy Buckle Charters, I'll put you on bonita. No problem. All right. So those are the two lures that I've worked out right now. Let's talk a little bit about bobbers, guys. Bobbers in the ocean. Fishing plant tried real good. They tried real good. Here's the deal. Your chubby works perfect. They got that one programmed right. It rides the waves like it's supposed to. Not a problem. The slim works fine. However, it's too light for sea worms. But when I throw my crickets, I can put my slim on there, and it rides perfectly too. No problem there. Now, I'm a man that uses mostly wagglers and sliders. All right? So, there you're in trouble. You're in trouble that way. Heavy slider, it's all over the ocean. It's everywhere. I mean, it's just nuts. However, I mean, they still catch fish. The bobber doesn't really have anything to do with whether that fish bites, but it's the action of the bobber. If you can sit there and watch that bobber move 10 feet left, 10 feet right, 10 feet constantly, all right, go for it. You can use the normal the normal sliders or the normal wagglers. I found you throw the club series, anything that's club series, it just stays boom. The waves don't affect them. They stay stationary. Boom, I'm right here. They don't go up and down and the waves go over them or top of them. They're just like a brick wall. However, but they got the action. I like fishing with the chubbers because it rides the waves, but you can't throw as far. So depending on where you're at around these areas, because you're only fishing for little fish with these bobber stuff anyway. So it's what you like there, but they need a little bit of work on the bobbers. Not all the bobbers are ready for the ocean. Now, of course, the sliders, a lot of them, one's meant for deep water, one's meant for shallow water. So you can see that they possibly wouldn't react properly in the ocean. I understand that. But I did find that if you throw the club series stuff on, it takes out the ocean waves, and you just have the bobber sitting there waiting for it to go off. So it makes it easier for out there on the rocks fishing for the squid and the anchovies and the jack mackerel. All right. Now, what else is on your list here, Buck? Lures, we went through the bugs, lures, minnows too, guys. Minnows works. I forgot about that one. I don't have enough stats on how many and what fish exactly. I was catching a little bit off and on, but again, I was running deep diver minnow off of the trolling, your casting rods there, running them, and I was getting some hits, but I didn't get enough stats on my notes here because it was nothing like the hunch runners. The hunch runners just bonita after bonita after bonita after bonita. The club series medium spoon, just mahi mahi, just bang 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 bang. They love that spoon. But of course you got to be in the mahi mahi section of that stream, that channel. And these things, and I got them laid out. I almost have mapped out. Give me another couple of days, and I'll have every fish mapped out as where you're going to be able to catch them. And tonight you're going to see a little bit of that because I'm going to let these guys tell me what they want to catch, and I'm going to put them on that fish. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, sticks you want to bring your salt. Like I said, bring salt. Now, let's talk about a little bit about why why you're in trouble here and why you shouldn't come to this water until you're level 87. They give you enough line in the DLCs. I came here at 80, all right? I bought both DLCs. I have all the poles. Now, I'm almost to level 82. Almost there. When I get to 83, now I have the summer to get to 87. So I know that I'm not going to get to 87 before my poles are no good, before my line wears out. It doesn't matter. I can go back home and keep fixing my poles. I can't fix my line. So the line stays the way it is. You got a lot of line on these poles. I've got like 7,000, 8,000, 7,000 left. And I've still got a little bit left on what I have. I can already tell if I want to fish hard enough to get to 87, those sticks aren't going to make it. I'm going to run out of line. I'm not going to be high enough to buy it. That's the killer. That's what they did to us. They gave you very high level lines. It's very difficult to get. I mean, it's tough to level up. Yeah, you get paid a lot, but it takes a lot to level up when you're at these levels. When you're up in the 80s, leveling up, it takes a lot of XP. You can't ever catch a fish when it's in the red, or you ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it to 87, which that's what it takes at a minimum 87 to buy the line for the sticks that they gave us in the DLC. So you got to be smart about this. What I'm going to do to see if I can make it, I'm going to try to make this because I'm not going to go back to the Congo because I already spent the money and I don't want to waste the DLC time license. I'm going to give it my best shot to get to 87 before I run out of. I got 60 days. They stacked it. I think I got 90 days. I got till the end of September to get to 87. I'm at 81. I've been there quite a while. I'm almost 82. It's going to be tougher each level going up. I'm going to run out of line, and I'm going to not make it. So what I think is that when I get to 84, buy some lighter gear. Even if I still have line left on this, I'm going to buy the lighter gear, buy the lighter poles. So even if I don't make it to 87, I can then have sticks in my hand that I can buy line for. So I'm going to go as far as I can, 84, maybe I'll squeak out to 85. It all depends on when I run out of line here. And then at that point, I'm going to buy whatever poles at that level I can get my hands on that I can buy line for. Because that's the only way you're going to make it then. Then you're going to have to fish on smaller gear, which is then going to beat up even quicker than the DLC gear. So remember, this is a tough one to maneuver. I think I can do it. I don't know. So I would say if you're climbing the ladder and you're not to level 80, you weren't at level 80 sitting there waiting on it, don't even think about coming here till you're 87. Stay in the Congo, get up to 87, get your gear, because that way you can actually buy the line for these gears. And then at that point, if you want to buy them DLCs to get your boat, you're in good shape because you're already at a level where when your line wears out, you can at least buy it. Because I can't. And that's what's going to kill us guys that went there at level 80. If we're not smart, our sticks are going to be useless. So in fact, I know mine are going to be useless. I know I'm not going to make it just from the fights that I've had on this waterway with these fish. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go as far as I can with these sticks, and I'm going to then buy the biggest sticks I can at whatever level I am, because that's what I'm going to be stuck with fishing with to get me to 87. All right. What else do we need to talk about here? I think we nailed pretty much every bit of it. Okay. So what are we talking about here as far as sticks go? There's my Phoenix. Now I just went back on the waterway. I haven't been fishing yet. I'm getting ready for tonight, so I came home. I got things ready to go here, And again, this Phoenix with the 6500, make sure you bring a couple extras. You're going to need them. If you end up latching onto an amberjack with this rod, like I said, don't be a dumbass like Buck and think you can fight it, because you can't. You're not going to land it. So just break the line immediately and get it over with. Okay, now chasers I have here. I got the top two now chasers. They get beat up. That's why I bought two of them. So I run one till it's dead in the water, but this stick right now, because you can't get the next highest level spinning rod in the game till you get to level 84. Now when you get to level 84, then you can buy a 143-pound spinning rod to replace this. But until then, you don't have no other choice. So it doesn't matter. You don't have any other choice. You have to bring them. So bring a couple, if you're going to be here. And then the 4 bottom rods they gave me in the DLCs. So I got two trolling rods and 2 bottom rods, right? And like I said, this stuff, this line, you can't buy it. You can't buy this line. And what do they give me here? What do I have left? Here we go. 7,000. Now it puts 11. There's 11,000 that goes on that thing each time. Now, am I going to get 7 more? No, that's not how that works. All right. So you know how the line stuff works. That's for sure. You know how the line stuff works. It's supposed to be 2,500 yards. And the other thing is, in the DLCs, they ended up delivering us all this line, and then they ended up, because they chop it up, they put whatever on the reel, and then out of the 2,500, and then they give you what's left. So each one of these, we ended up with 328 feet of line, and with this stuff. Well, you can't sell it, because you can't sell anything that isn't at least 400 feet or more. You can't sell. You have to just delete it. Well, where are you going to use this 150 on any other stick? Where? And you can't use these sticks. What am I going to take this to mud water? All right. Well, there it is. That's the bait shop. Kaiju no Dai. That's where we're headed tonight. Thank you, Dave. David. Yeah, we'll talk sometime. I like you. Dave. So, this is where we're headed to. We'll be there at 8 o'clock. I think, I'm pretty sure. Micah, 84 and 85. Be back after dinner. What do you keep talking about, Micah? 85, 85. It's 80. Oh, it's 87. Do your homework. All right, Micah, you fishing on the boat tonight? I don't know. I know Coach will be with us. OJ. AJ. AJ's racing tonight, so I don't think he'll be coming out on the Phoebe tonight. All right, guys, we'll see you back here at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much for watching the bait shop. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Never ever give up the fight. We'll see you back here at 8 o'clock in the East China Sea. We're going after some big tuna tonight. We'll see you later. Never ever give up the fight.